Season 2 Grand Final. Eden Park will play host to the All Flakes versus the Flakers to kick off round 3 of the Global Rugby Challenge. Hello everyone and welcome on to Flakes Group, your home of Rugby Challenge 3 and the Global Rugby Challenge, the subscriber series where you guys take the field against the world's elite. Today is another big subscriber clash between the All Flakes, the Season 2 champions, versus the Flakers, the Season 1 champions. This is a replay of the Season 2 final where the All Flakes stunned the world to take the title away from what could have been two-time and the only champions, the Flakers, at that time. This is a huge grudge match as well. Both these sides have already drawn with the draw kings, the Celtic Dragons, and we were looking to put their big stamp against an opposition subscriber side. The All Flakes are at home. We will go through them first, and the side has undergone a number of changes, as they do every single week since they thrashed the Lions 45 points to nil in round 2. And starting in the front row, Ben Bobs and loose head captain Nicholas Freilander will start at hooker, and Shady Streetwalker on the tight head side of the front row. Morgan Yates partners Akahata Kamara in the second row with Brett Hartley at 6. Safari Rakakoko moving from the midfield to the open side flank, and Dean Mumberg coming in at number 8 to complete the forward pack. Into the back line, Jimmy Henderson will start at scrum half, and once again will partner Samu Coop at fly half. Into midfield, and it's a playmaking extraordinaire team at the moment with Kerwin Seeley starting at inside centre, partnering Ike Wrigley at outside centre. Corey Davidson, he retains his spot on the left wing with Liam Symes-Wells starting on the right, and the round 1 star, Mac Wrigley, starts at fullback for the All Flakes as they look to make a big statement to kick off round 3. Also a side looking to make a big statement after they thrash the Guardians of the Crib in round 1. They'll be wanting to do the same to their third and final subscriber opponent in season number 3. They'll be happy to get these 3 big matches out of the way very, very early in their season as well. If they can go with 2 wins and a draw, that is about the best you could wish for in how these seasons go. The Flakers, though, they were halted by the Dragons last time, 24-all they drew in round 2, and now their team for today's match against the All Flakes will go a little bit like this. Peter Matthews on the loose head side, Zaza Kakulska will be in the middle at hooker, and Lucas Barat will start on the tight head side. Ian McDonald and Chris Smith will partner each other of the big beards in the second row, with Francois Valentine at 6, Manuel Valera at 7, and Connor Nicholson starting the big man at number 8. Joshua Barrett will start at scrum half. He'll partner Owen Richards in the halves combination of headgear as well. 6, 9 and 10 all wearing the helmet into the midfield. And it is Tino Mahande, and much like the All Flakes, have gone with last round's 10 to start at inside centre alongside Promise Igbaluania starting at outside centre. Round 1 superstar Prince Mars Williamson returns on the left wing with Jimmy Tino getting a start on the right wing, and Michael Guerin at fullback for the Flakers, who are looking to make the ultimate start to season 3. The 2 sides all ready for kick-off now, as it is the All Flakes in the black and white with the ball to kick off up against the Flakers in the yellow and purple. Underway we go! Referee blows the whistle, and it's the Flakers receiving, and they haven't done a good job of that at all. Liam Symes-Wells climbs high to steal the ball from the grasp of the Flakers, who pile on in and turn it straight over away to Owen Richards, who kicks first place of the ball down to Mac Wrigley, who finds support nicely, and who else? Brett Hartley through the middle now. Real chance for Seeley. Seeley stepping and almost getting away from Michael Guerin. Big opportunity here early for the All Flakes. Oh, Rakakoko, little pick and go out wide they come now. Brilliant fall from Corey Davidson to Akahata Kamara. Try time. All Flakes hit early, hit fast, returning a kick. That is a great start for the home team. 5-0, All Flakes over Flakers. Rakakoko did brilliantly here. He drew on the defence just slightly, and he forced Igbaluania just a little bit inside. And alongside that, Tino Mahande had to overcommit to the breakdown there. There you go. There's Promise. He switched the other side. Here's Mahande. He committed to the first player. And a beautiful ball from Corey Davidson into Lakata Kamana, Season 2 Player of the Year. And he starts off his Season 3 impressively as well. His first try of the season. And the kicking boots here seem to have stayed. They have with Kerwin Seeley. And Kerwin Seeley with a great kick from the left side. And the inside centre taking the pressure off Simon Coop, who is a great player with ball in hand, allowing him to just fulfill that role. Here's another man who has been extraordinary with ball in hand over the last 2 seasons, is Owen Richards. He's kicking off again, 7-0. You got to say though, the Flakers definitely not afraid of a comeback after we've seen last time against the Dragons. Of course, was a turnover ball. Comes away, Igbonawania. Now he goes out wide. Great ball away to Lucas Barrett. Pops it inside to Francois Valentine.
Release.
And inside the 22 go the Flakers. Hold that thought. It's down they go wide. Colin Nicholson out to Eligino. Numbers everywhere, but he doesn't need them. And Jim Eligino scores to put the Flakers straight back in the game. Tries flying everywhere. Turnover early, and look how quickly the Flakers turn that into points. Big play here, straight through. Nicholson away to Jim Eligino. Had yellow jumpers everywhere, and he dummied, he swerved, and he jinked his way to the try line, untouched as well, with plenty of yellow jumpers all around him. Great run earlier though from Lucas Barrett. They really set it up, but have a look at that. He was just too elusive. No one knew what he was going to do, so he just kept on running. And Jim Eligino has had a ferocious start to the season for the Flakers. And I'll be hoping it will continue on as well as they look to add to that little chess piece saying one-time champions as they bring the game back level 7-all between the Flakers and the All Flakes. The visiting side now back on even terms. And we still have a long way to go too, just 11 and a half minutes into the game, and back to Simon Coop, who we've hardly talked about here for the All Flakes. He kicks off to the right-hand side again, and Liam Simons-Wells is flying in, but it is Ian McDonald who takes it very nicely for the Flakers. A pick and go from Nicholson, away beautifully, and Valera keeping line to on Richards now, and they break once more. Look, so they kick to the corner, there's a chase coming in. I think it's Igbonawania, but it may beat the ball to the dead ball line. It does. Our promise, Igbonawania was absolutely flying on in there. But not enough
Crouch.
to get the elusive
Bind.
try. Here's the scrum now. First of the match, the All Flakes with the feed, and Jimmy Henderson will put it in. Out a great scrum too. What a piece of work there from the All Flakes. Here's Samakoop, dummying wide. Seeley. Oh, he ran it on there, didn't he? And Ben Bobs was right there in support, thankfully, for the All Flakes. Henderson goes short to Freilander. Oh, great little deceptive peek stand from Freilander, but he holds on to the ball as he had no support in the black jersey. And the penalty goes to the Corn Flakers, who could add a very, they're not going to do it, a very important 3, I was about to say. That difference maker of the 3 points is huge. But they've gone for touch. Too early in the day, they say. It's a line out coming from Kukulska. 5-man option, they go to the back, and it's Chris Smith who nicely pulls it in. It stops in a hurry, and Lucas Barrett now fires it out wide. Mahande back inside, and they keep it left and right. It's Igbonawania goes back towards midfield. It's here for the big number 9. He swaps it out wide. Mahande going to Williamson. Oh, what a pass! Back to Lucas Barrett. They are just 8 meters short. Promise. Igbonawania has scored. Second try for the Flakers. And that was a beautiful play. The step off the right foot. And Promise Igbonawania scores for the Flakers. But how about that? That little play right at the start of the highlight was magical. And then Promise swapping directions. And the All Flakes defence couldn't cope with that. Watch this though. What a brilliant offload from left winger Prince Mars Williamson. And that is how champion sides are made. Excellent work from the Flakers. And this fresh blood into their side is definitely making a massive difference to their performances. They take the lead for the first time. The match is 12-7. Kick to come, here it is. And Owen Richards does not miss from almost anywhere on the paddock. And another conversion for the Flakers fly half. It is 14-7. And the Flakers lead. And the home team don't look too impressed with the situation either. Samu Coop with a little bit more desperation on his face as he gets the game back underway, high to the right-hand side. And again, it's very chaseable, but the Flakers do nicely to reel it in. As Colin Nicholson takes it into contact. And it's waiting for it. Manuel Alvarez. No, it's Peter Matthews. Oh, he's lost it. It's back for Bombs. Inside it goes to Mumberg. Next Franz Mumberg. And gets them too. Henderson. Pick and go from Jimmy Henderson. And he gets driven back to where he come from. And the Flakers dominate the breakdown. And will steal the ball straight back. Away they go to Richards, who's kicked. It's a wobbly old kick. It's a dangerous old kick. And it is in touch. Oh no, and it's another terrible call. Going against the fullback, Matt Wrigley. And he just caught the ball over the sideline. And the assistant referee has given away a shocker, calling that line out to Kukulska and the Flakers at the back. Chris Smith again. Richards, nicely. They fling it out wide. Here is Ingbanawani once more. Great tackle on him. And the All Flakes pile on in, but too slow to break down. Here is Barrett. Later Richards. Good offload as well. They keep alive. Peter Matthews doubling around. There's Valera. Inside. Beautiful to Chris Smith. Getting left to Peter Matthews once more. It's Jim Aligino. Breaks it down. Mid-22. Pick and go. And going to the corner. Will be another chance for Flakers. But put down Francois Valentine. 2 minutes short. Wide ball. And it's going to be another one. No. Promise Ingbanawani once more shut down. But Colin Nicholson could have done it himself. They go wide. Too many numbers. And Prince Mars Williamson dots down for his first of the match. 19-7. The question remains, do the All Flakes have the comeback in them? Great defence here on their own line, but they couldn't quite do enough as Barrett went quickly to Lucas Brett, so Joshua to Lucas, who fired it wide and put in the left winger Williamson. Colin Nicholson could have gone himself, unselfishly though, kept it alive. And some tame defence out wide from Liam Symes-Wells, who just could not get a finger on that man, Prince Mars Williamson. And the lead to the break could be as much as 14 points now if Owen Richards pops this one over. A big target to pull back for the All Flakes, and yes, Richards does it easily. And there's shades about a 52-21 thrashing the Flakers put on the Guardians now against the Season 2 champions. The All Flakes, they don't look too happy. A lot to go through, a little bit of time as well. 21-7 the halftime score. Look at those possession and territory stats though. 61-55, line breaks 4-1. The All Flakes are not telling a tale that they would like to read. The tackle count is massive. 23-9, a lot of work defensively by the All Flakes. They are not in this match, according to the stats. And according to the scoreboard, would much agree as well. Will the second half change of fortunes? Let's find out. We are good to go for the second half kickoff. Owen Richards with the ball for Flakers, kicking off now to the right-hand side and nicely claimed from Streetwalker. Has here come the All Flakes. Samu Coop with a good run on the angle, getting in behind the defensive line. Here is Henderson going short, and a dodgy little kick popped up in the sky there and easily claimed too. And Wrigley won't be too pleased with the result of that as Valera is taken backwards, and some good defensive work as McDonald goes to Kukulska, and there's room to burn here for Chris Smith, who trundles straight through before being taken down from Liam Symes-Wells. They need to get back quickly to the All Flakes. It's Barrett. Oh, he steps one. It's Barrett with Richards. Oh, and a big high tackle on Owen Richards, and that is not needed by Matt Wrigley at the back. Now, surely they'll go for 3 here and try and put this one beyond doubt. No! They're going for 7 to try and put it beyond doubt. 21-7 the score, and these Flakers are absolutely ruthless. metres out. Kukulska to throw. 5-man line out. Taking their time. They go to the back and it's lost. Commander steals it for the All Flakes. Now it's Streetwalker away to Samo Coop, who just decides to get downfield, play a little bit of territory, and try force them back to that set-piece line now, which they just disrupted. Kukulska won't be happy. Neither will Chris Smithy and McDonald for the Flakers. You got another chance, 45 out. And again it's stolen! Arkard and Commanders having an absolute cruncher. Now they go wide. Mumberg out to Davidson. He's got support with Seeley. Seeley, beautiful ball to Davidson. Davidson all alone, looking to offload. But it goes into touch. Corey Davidson, welcome to the match. A little bit of excitement there for the All Flakes. They can make something happen. There's another line out to the Flakers, this time just outside their own 22. Kukulska again! 3 in a row! The All Flakes steal another one! Mumberg, they've got to score a try here! Out wide they go! Liam Soames-Wells, he's looking inside! Liam Soames-Wells scores! What a try from the right winger! Opportunity awakens for Liam Soames-Wells, and great work through the back line. Ike Wrigley, he was involved. Dean Mumberg, here it was, cutting out Zeeley, going to Wrigley, out to Soames-Wells, stummies one, steps the other, no chance for Williamson and Curran, and then goes the All Flakes yet again. 3 consecutive stolen lineouts, and surely now they've just got to kick everything into touch, play for territory, and then do that finish 20 metres out. Game on! Has been famously said before. 21-12. Kerwin Zeeley with an important kick here. Out on the right-hand side. Zeeley steps up and Zeeley delivers the 2. It's 21-14. This one is not over yet, folks. Do not leave your seats. 7-point ball game, and surely the Flakers will be saying we should have taken that 3. But if they made it 28-7, certainly it was game over. We are almost to the hour mark. It is 58 minutes on the clock, and up it goes. And a beautiful offload as well. Brett Hartley working wonders. Ben Bobs into the action as well. To the 10-metre line, Henderson, a little short side snipe here from the scrum half, and he goes into touch. Disappointing there from Jimmy Henderson. Needed more from the number 9. But it is the line out, which, as we know, the last 3 have gone against the throw to the All Flakes. Kukulska delivers. That time he hits Chris Smith. Now Joshua Barrett running. He's put a kick. Is that a drop goal or is that a bomb? Not quite sure. It's hit the crossbar. Coming back to Mumberg. Davidson back to Rakakoko. He's Zeeley. And he does the responsible thing. Wow. A droppie. I'm sure that had to be a droppie. And Joshua Barrett could have been the hero, as the Flakers almost now regretting not taking those 3 earlier. To the back, and again is Chris Smith the target, and again he takes it in from the grass of Arkard Commander. Here's Jim Aligino running straight into Davidson, lost it to Streetwalker. Now here's Wrigley. Oh, beautiful ball left side for Streetwalker. Gets an offload to Hartley, who goes into touch again. I don't know if we can deal with another draw. Realistically, someone's got to make a difference. Kukulska again. Another line out for the Flakers, stolen! Akahana Commander is putting on a masterclass and line out taking. Streetwalker to Wrigley. Away to Liam Soames-Wells. Back it goes to Streetwalker. Oraka Koko plays the thunderous charging run. And he demolishes defenders. But it won't be enough. It's turned over, and here come the Flakers. Now wide Aligino taken from Davidson. Very good tackle. As Valentine goes away. Again, Chris Smith not quite up to that run. As the All Flakes getting in trouble from the referee, not releasing a tackler. Barrett does very well, stepping through as the time is ticking by. Turned over, and here goes Wrigley. Need a friend, so we need someone to help him out. Poor there from the All Flakes. Here is the kick away from Tino Mahunde. And don't take it, no, they've left it. Thank goodness for the All Flakes. Another terrible error was almost incoming. Do we have one more twist here? Or the All Flakes fall short of a famous comeback. Now they're in the bad court. It's Nicholas Friedlander. Can he hit him? He does. He hits Kamana, no problems. Here is Rocky Coco going out wide to Dean Mumberg. Mumberg dummies. And maybe should have used the players he had outside him. There for Henderson. He goes to short side to Corey Davidson, who gets away from Nicholson. And a good little run, but he's in touch, is he? No! No, says the assistant referee. Henderson goes short, and it's easily to Morgan Yates. All the time is up. Where is Henderson going? He's going straight to trouble. And that is dangerous for the All Flakes. They hang on by an absolute whisker. Here's Hartley to Rocky Coco. He's in behind. Looks wide for Wrigley. Wrigley's got no one with him. He takes it to ground. And here's Mumberg there quickly. Davison, oh, here we go. It's wide from Friedlander. Here's Liam Soames-Wells looking for another one. No! Big tackle into touch, and the Flakers hang on by a whisker. That was absolutely clinical finishing at the death of the match from the Flakers, who were put on notice by the All Flakes. And Season 2 Grand Final revenge has been served by the visiting side. The All Flakes started well, and they come back well, but couldn't quite finish the job that was on offer. 21-14, Commander Soames-Wells with a try, Seeley, 2 conversions, Williamson, Igbedawania and Eligino for the Flakers. Richards 3 out of 3 from the tee, 3 tries, beats 2, and the Flakers take 2 wins and the draw into the table. The stats, well, they did even up a little bit. The All Flakes 7 line breaks to 5. That was a big thing, but a poor first half has cost the All Flakes, whose defending champion status could be on the line in season number 3. Well, there was much on the line for that matchup, wasn't there? The All Flakes, of course, carryover champions. The Flakers demolishing the Guardians in round 1. Held short by the Dragons in round 2, and now they've just come good enough to beat the All Flakes, but on another given day, that game could have been a very, very different result. The Flakers are the team to beat at the moment, and we'll have a look at the table to see how it sits after the opening few matches of round 3. The Crusaders still sit top, 3 games and 3 wins, but the downside of the Crusaders is they haven't picked up a bonus point yet. The Flakers still, though, undefeated alongside Montpellier, who are yet to play in round number 3. The one draw, though, to the Flakers sits them on 11 with a bonus point. The All Flakes, who now have a complete set of wins, losses and draws, 1 of each from their opening 3 games, and of course 2 bonus points as well. A big win and a close loss puts them sitting quite nicely poised on 8 points and definitely in a position to attack those top places. The Dragons, though, they're in a bit of trouble. 4 points from 2 games. They're up next, and they need a win. The Guardians of the Crib, yes, poor first round, but they've got a lot of pressure on their late season as they play the Dragons and the All Flakes in the last couple of rounds of the competition. The rest of the season, though, is pretty much going to be the subscriber sides versus AI sides, and we see from the Guardians that nothing is confirmed as they only beat the Saracens, who sit last, by 3 points. So who knows what's going to happen. The Flakers, though, look well poised to take the top spot out of the 4 subscriber sides early on with 2 wins and, of course, the draw. Right, that is early days of round 3. We had the Leinster taking out the Lions. Then, of course, we had the All Flakes going down just to the Flakers. And, of course, the Crusaders going up over the Scarlets, 17 points to 11. The remainder of the round sees the Dragons versus the Saracens. That should be interesting. Montpellier go up against their French counterparts, Castres, and the Guardians of the Crib close out round 3 against the Exeter Chiefs. Moving on to round 4, you can see it as all Flakers versus Lions, Saracens versus the All Flakes, Chiefs versus Dragons, and Castres versus Guardians. And much similar for the rest of the season before we get right to the end. So will any of these sides slip up, or will it be plain sailing until the playoffs? Well, we'll find out over the next 6 rounds or so. Because I'm pretty sure there's 11 rounds all up in the competition before we go to playoffs. He will see it right at the end, yeah, round 11. So that's where the Guardians play the All Flakes. I'm pretty sure round 10, yes, sees the Guardians versus the Dragons. So big games, those two, for those sides. So we're through 2 and a bit rounds. We still have, of course, 7 and a bit to go down the other way, or eight or so rounds to go. So big game here, big win for the Flakers, who sit second on the table. Next up, we have the Dragons versus the Saracens. Like we talked about, that one is at Aviva Stadium. Home game for the Dragons, who are looking to make their way up the table following 2 draws to start their season. Still, though, undefeated, aren't they? With 1 sub-clash still to go. That is me for today. Thank you for tuning in and watching. I'll be back in for all the matches in between now and the end of the regular season. As for premiers go, though, we will probably wrap those up until the Guardians have those last 2 matches against the All Flakes and the Dragons, and we'll have these just regularly coming out throughout the season, heading into the playoffs. Thank you everyone for tuning and watching. Hope you've enjoyed the matchup. A big one, a nervous one for the Flakers, but they've come through unscathed and will be pretty happy with how their season has started. Until next time, though, thanks for watching, and as always, take care.